Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we have a really wild stack of sources.
We do.
It's a complete breakdown of the 2026 automotive market, but we're not looking at the high performers, not the best sellers.
No, not at all.
We are diving straight into the financial black holes.
That's right. Our source material details the 15 brand new gas-powered SUVs that are they're suffering catastrophic value loss almost immediately.
Yeah.
Frankly, for the buyer, these vehicles are almost worthless the moment they roll off the lot.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit. The premise here is genuinely shocking because these aren't old cars.
No, they're brand new.
We're talking 2025 and 2026 models that are, financially speaking, disasters straight away.
And that's our mission today. We really need to look past the list itself and identify the patterns. This is like a masterclass in market rejection.
A masterclass, I like that.
Yeah, this kind of collapse isn't random. It's a combination of systemic reliability failure, some profound strategic errors by the manufacturers, and just deep confusion over what the brand is even supposed to be.
And the numbers really confirm how bad this is.
Oh, they do.
The sources show that for a lot of these models, the dollar loss in just 3 years is crushing. It's over $30,000, $40,000.
And in some cases, over $70,000.
$70,000, wow.
This isn't just normal depreciation. This is about consumer trust completely eroding.
Right. It's about the market just signaling that a specific product, no matter how new it smells, is fundamentally flawed.
Exactly. Either strategically flawed at the marketing level or mechanically flawed right under the hood.
So let's start with the vehicles that failed, mainly because of market saturation and these strategic mistakes. This is the bottom half of the list.
Right.
Coming in at number 15, we have the 2025 Buick Enclave. Now, it just got a massive, expensive redesign that should help resale, right?
You would think so, but you'd be absolutely wrong.
Okay.
CarEdge predicts it will lose half its value,
Yeah.
50%, in just 3 years.
Nah.
The core failure here isn't manufacturing, it's strategy. Buick just flooded the corporate and rental markets with them.
And what does that rental flooding really mean for, a regular person buying one?
It creates a permanent cap on used prices. See, corp buyers get these massive volume discounts.
Mm-hmm.
So when all those fleet vehicles hit the auction blocks at the same time in, say, 2028, they just reset the entire market price.
So my privately owned car is suddenly competing with thousands of cheap ex-rentals.
Exactly. The sources say a $50,000 Enclave is struggling to clear $25,000 at auction. The market is just drowning in them.
That's a pricing catastrophe. And then to make it worse, the redesign, they ditched the old V6.
They did. They ditched the proven 3.6-liter V6, which people actually liked, for a smaller 2.5-liter turbo four-cylinder.
And that made things worse.
Oh, it exacerbated the problem.
Yeah.
The V6 was smooth. It suited a big three-row SUV. This new Turbo 4, though, has to work so much harder. It's loud. It's constantly hunting for gears on the highway.
Not a premium experience.
Not at all. And that effort leads directly to what the sources call brutal early reliability feedback. We're talking jerky shifts, stressed components.
Wow.
Buick wanted a luxury price, but they delivered a stressed, unreliable, and frankly, a common rental car.
That moves us pretty neatly into what you called the prestige gap.
Right.
SUVs priced like they're luxury, but perceived as mainstream. Let's look at number 14, the Infiniti QX80, and number 11, the Nissan Armada.
The QX80 is the perfect example. It got a full redesign, but it's still predicted to lose 51%.
51%. So if I spent $85,000...
You are watching over $40,000 just vanish in 3 years. That's the brutal Infiniti tax.
But on paper, it looks impressive. It's huge, nice interior.
Yeah.
Why aren't luxury buyers interested?
Because they have better options that actually deliver on the promise. They're flocking to Lexus and Cadillac instead. You get either perceived bulletproof reliability from Lexus, or you get the established prestige of a Cadillac. Infiniti is it's stuck in what our sources call automotive purgatory.
Too expensive to be mainstream, but not prestigious enough to be true luxury.
Exactly. The brand identity is lost, and that translates directly into resale failure.
And the Nissan Armada, its cousin, has a similar problem. A predicted loss of nearly 54%.
Yes, and historically the Armada was the budget full-size SUV.
The one you got if you needed to tip something heavy but didn't want to spend a fortune.
Right. Now it starts around $60,000 and goes up past $75,000. And they made the same engine mistake as Buick.
They ditched the V8.
They ditched the beloved simple V8 for a turbocharged V6 Now, the V6 might be more efficient technically.
But the buyers didn't care about that.
Not the traditional ones. The person towing a heavy boat or an RV, they want that V8 rumble. They want the proven durability, the simple torque. They don't want complex turbos and high-pressure fuel systems.
So this is really about a misalignment with the core customer.
Absolutely. The disappointment over that powertrain change, plus the higher price, it just destroys the resale value.
Which brings us to number 13, the Nissan Murano. This one is, the value collapse is immediate.
It's dramatic. It's priced from $40,000 to $50,000. That's near luxury money. But it's still got a Nissan badge on the front.
And it just gets lost in the market.
It's a classic positioning failure. Buyers either go down to something like a Honda CR-V or they move up to a Toyota Highlander. The Murano sits in the middle and attracts no one.
And the dealers made it worse. The sources said thousands of 2025 Muranos are just sitting on lots, unsold.
And when dealers have that much inventory, they panic. They throw huge cash incentives at them to clear them out.
And when the new cars get massive discounts,
It instantly nukes the entire used market because now everyone knows what the vehicle's actually worth.
the example in the sources was painful. Someone paid $47,000 new, and just a year later, trade-in offers were around $32,000.
32% of the value. Gone. In 1 year. That's a $15,000 loss just for owning it for 12 months.
Okay, so moving from these strategic disasters to, well, outright mechanical failure.
The reliability black hole.
This is where it gets really frightening. Let's start with Jeep, the Grand Cherokee, number 12. A 52% value loss. That's nearly a $29,000 drop from a $55,000 SUV.
And this isn't subtle. It's driven by severe, persistent mechanical problems. Consumer Reports rated it among the least reliable vehicles for 2025.
It's the electronic gremlins, right?
It's always the electronics.
Yeah.
Owners report the 4MyC plug-in hybrid just suddenly losing power. And even worse, the giant infotainment screens just go blank.
And when the screen goes blank, you lose everything.
Everything. Navigation, radio, climate control, and most dangerously, your backup camera. It becomes a real safety issue.
That is just astonishing. And the sources point out that this isn't just a repair problem. It makes a vehicle untouchable for used buyers.
Of course. And if you need one detail to really drive this home, the 5th generation Grand Cherokee L, it's only been out since 2021.
Yeah.
It has already had 15 recalls.
15.
15. That kind of failure just destroys confidence. Owners are finding out they owe $30,000 more than the vehicle is even worth.
And the disaster gets bigger with the Jeep Wagoneer L at number 10. Massive size, massive depreciation, 54%.
And this one highlights a different kind of risk. The core issue here is the terror of what happens after the warranty expires.
The fear of maintenance costs.
Exactly. When you spend $90,000 on a truck, and the market immediately sees it as a $40,000 liability the second the warranty is up, you have a problem.
Is there data on that?
Yes. Kelley Blue Book data showed a 2024 model worth $91,000 new was valued around $54,000 after just 18 months. That's 41% gone.
Wow.
Word just spreads about complex engine issues, electrical shorts, stranded families, and lemon law attorneys getting involved.
And Jeep isn't alone here. Land Rover seems to have perfected this. Number 9, the Range Rover Sport.
They've mastered the art of making expensive vehicles worthless. Yes. The Sport drops 55.5% in 3 years. It's plagued by 5 recalls that include oil leaks, transmission failures,
I saw one that was terrifying.
the transmission shifting itself into neutral while driving.
At speed, I can't even imagine. And if that's the Sport, what about the big one? The Range Rover. At number 3, it loses nearly 68%.
Over $70,000 in 3 years.
70,000.
This is the ultimate resale killer. It's the combination of insanely complex electronics, air suspension systems that cost a fortune to fix.
5 figures, right.
Easily.
Yeah.
And just sky-high repair costs in general. The moment that 3-year warranty expires, the public will not touch it.
So what's the strategy for the wealthy buyer who knows this is coming?
They lease it. They use the lease as a financial shield.
A shield against repairs.
Exactly. They pay the huge monthly premium, write it off, and they hand the keys back before the warranty ends. They make sure they never have to deal with the catastrophic out-of-pocket costs.
And that $70,000 loss is enough to buy a brand new high-end Lexus.
Outright. That's the scale of the depreciation tax we're talking about.
What a brutal indictment of your own product.
It is. It signals exactly where the market believes the long-term risk lies.
So now we move to models suffering from brand abandonment, identity crises, the most extreme losses.
This is the top of the list.
Let's look at number 8, the Jaguar F-Pace. 56% depreciation.
This vehicle basically became an orphan overnight. Jaguar announced it's going all electric and discontinuing almost all of its gas models.
So F-Pace owners are just left holding a dead model from a brand in retreat.
And used buyers are terrified. They're worried about future warranty support, parts availability, the market prices that fear right in. The data suggests it could be over a 70% loss after 5 years.
And then we get the Italian-American connection.
A depreciation disaster guarantee.
Number 6, the Dodge Hornet. 59% loss. This is an identity crisis in car form. A rebadged Alfa Romeo sold by a muscle car brand.
The market rejected it immediately. By mid-2025, Dodge was offering discounts up to $15,000 on new ones just to move them.
And we know what that does.
It nukes the used market. The sources note that a brand new Hornet is worth less than a 5-year-old Toyota RAV4 simply because of those deep, sustained discounts.
Which leads us right to the Alfa Romeo curse. The Tonale at number 5, the Stelvio at number 4, both around 61% depreciation.
The Tonale, starting year $46,000, lost $28,000 in 3 years. And the sales were just abysmal. Only about 3,300 buyers in 2025.
And they have that classic Alfa problem, right? The sparse dealer network.
Yes, the sparse network, limited brand awareness, and those long-standing reliability fears. And that sparse dealer network has real consequences. When recalls happen, and the 2024 Tonale already has 6 of them for transmission and battery issues, the wait time for service can be weeks, even months.
Because there aren't enough certified techs or parts.
Precisely. And that creates this intense owner anxiety that gets priced into the resale market immediately. We saw a 1-year-old $48,000 Tonale listed for less than 20 grand.
Unbelievable. Okay, now for the most catastrophic losses on the list. Maserati. The Grecale at number 2, the Levante at number 1. Both share a brutal 71.9% depreciation rate.
The Grecale is plagued by endless software glitches, electrical malfunctions. Just frustrating to own. But the Levante takes the top spot.
Not because the percentage is different.
But because the dollar losses are so catastrophic.
It's the high watermark of financial devastation.
Exactly. The Levante starts at a much higher 6-figure price tag. When
Yeah.
you apply that 72% depreciation, the loss is just devastating. Well over $70,000 gone.
Wow.
It's a combination of low demand, a tiny dealer network, and massive reliability concerns, all on top of that huge initial price.
And the ultimate irony, the punchline, is that the Levante has a Ferrari-derived engine.
A glorious one.
And its resale value is worse than a used Kia Soul.
That really sums up the lack of trust, doesn't it? The engine's provenance means nothing when the electrical system keeps failing.
So, to synthesize this for you listening, this deep dive really shows that rapid depreciation in 2026 is driven by 3 main things.
Right. First, severe reliability issues, especially complex electronics and recalls.
Second, brand dilution, where you have luxury badges on cars that just don't have the prestige.
And finally, just severe strategic mistakes, either flooding the rental market like Buick or replacing beloved engines with ones that disappoint your core customer, like Nissan.
So what does all this mean for an informed buyer?
Depreciation can be a very clear roadmap. It tells you what the anticipated long-term ownership costs are going to be.
Absolutely. The extreme measures wealthy Range Rover owners take, using a lease as a financial shield and just handing it back, that tells you everything you need to know about the fear of owning these complex machines long term.
It's the market's way of pricing in risk.
Which leaves us with this provocative thought for you to mull over. If the world's wealthiest buyers are using leasing contracts purely as a reliability shield against massive future costs, what does that avoidance strategy tell us about the future integrity of the entire 4 to 5-year-old luxury used car market?
Are they just passing that guaranteed repair risk down the economic chain to the next person in line? Something to think about.